Alrighty, here we go. Well, here we are again. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon if it's for you, or whatever. But I think today we're going to do a couple more mutants. Everybody loves a mutant. Okay. And so yesterday, let's start with this too. Yesterday we started with a male form. And there we go. Today we're going to start with a woman, I believe. And let's see. I'm actually going to, let's do this again. I'm going to decrease res. See if I can get a bit bigger. And single. Okay. And so female form. And again, much like yesterday, so we're going to be making rapid sketch / thumbnails of characters to show to a director. So let's change our story a little bit. And instead of starting from scratch, we showed our director yesterday what we did, and he's like, "That's cool, I like it, but can we get something a little bit more symmetrical? Let's try playing with that just a bit, and just for the heck of it, why don't we try using a female body?" And I was like, "Okay, cool," in my imaginary director. So we're gonna do that, but before we do that, some things that I gotta get off my chest about that. Way too often in our industry, there is some incredible sexual dimorphism in characters, which is to say, a massive difference in the look between men and women. Guys, you look at the orcs in Warcraft or any of those sorts of things, and the guys are huge, hulking monsters, lots of warts, all kinds of stuff. And the women pretty much look like supermodels. There might be green. We are not going to do that. So we're going to start with a female model, but we're going to make her ugly. I'm going to nuke that. We're going to make her very ugly. Or, I guess, as ugly as our male model would be. So you got a good idea yesterday what it looked like. And, okay, it's not, yeah, let's try one time. We're going to try to do the exact same thing. We should snap with our female model. We're not going to go for super sexy. All right, it's not exactly lined up, but sure. We're going to make her a mutant. So we're going to follow the exact same kind of steps that we did yesterday. And including, we're going to go from not very adjusted to quite adjusted, and we're going to try to do about 6. I'm going to save as first and mutant F1. Okay, so I don't overwrite it like I did yesterday. So we are going to go with a little bit more symmetry to start with. But actually, I think for this one, we're just going to, this one we're not. Because we're going to go with, this is going to be kind of your like cancerous, ugly mutant kind of thing. So she doesn't need a tremendous amount of symmetry. She's going to have, at least at this stage, sort of the same, just vine kind of growths and whatever that we were doing yesterday. And right now I'm using the clay tool. I think, like yesterday, I'm going to go and use the inflate tool very quickly. But this model we want to keep relatively normal looking. So you will note I am not making the boobs bigger. I am not decreasing her hips. I'm not going through anything to make her legs stay pretty looking, because she is going to be a mutant. And I get kind of annoyed. Not that you can't obviously have pretty characters, But there is no reason that we should be following different gender rules for what our characters are going to be. So these guys are probably mostly going to be ugly, just like my mutants yesterday were disgusting ugly. My girlfriend is making fun of me in the background, so but she's awesome about it, so it's cool. Yeah, so we're giving her lots of these like kind of viney vein protrusion things. And again, this is going to be our very safe one. Whenever you give stuff to a client, you probably want to start with at least one that's like pretty safe. So if your client is kind of not actually looking for something that different, you don't go nuts when they're not asking you to go nuts. Sometimes your client really just wants something that looks like it came out of The Last of Us. So that's what we're going to give them for this one. I'm going to replace these hand models, I think. For whatever reason, when I'm bringing in my dad's people, my hands are not coming in super well. So for this, we are going to go back to mirroring. This is the advantage that you get from doing this sort of thing is, let's go to single. I can be symmetrical. Okay, yeah, now she has hands. That's cool. Let's turn off symmetry again. And anything else we want to do to her? Just go back to that. So off single to continuous. I feel like I do get more control with the clay tool than the inflate tool, which good and bad. So cut into her eyes a little bit more just to kind of make them there. Ooh, yeah. It's kind of weird, but okay. And inflate again. That's her feet. Give her some bumps on those new hands. Kind of unify them into the body. Too small, doesn't like to cut into it. But okay. Again, as a sketch character, there's our starting point. So let us save and export her. Now, let's go and save as, and declare mutant F2. And play. Get rid of her totally. Turn on mirroring. Go back to our form. I don't know why. Let's see, I guess I'm zoomed in still, so that's why. Likewise, let me do bigger, but no, she's not bigger. She's just zoomed in more. So do our best to line her up. Ugh. Single. Okay. So now, let's see what happens if we start making things a little bit weird. So we've said that the director has asked us to make something that feels a little bit more deliberate in places, maybe. Let's try to go to a new layer. Increase the heck out of that. and then move us into it. So I didn't do layers yesterday, but today, let's see what we get. I get those dots, but that's okay. I'm not really liking that shape though. Maybe I won't do a new layer. Let's try something. This was something I was trying yesterday. Let's see. Okay, cool. So yeah, so we're gonna make it look like whatever warp storm has affected this woman, it acted on her in a unified way, at least to start with. And then things happen after that that have caused us to change things. But let's see. Now let's go to your handy dandy move tool. And we're gonna stretch some things and adjust some things just to see what we can get. So she's still way too pretty. Remember I said I'm not gonna try for that. So let's let's start messing her up now. See, we're still symmetrical, but we're using this new form as a starting point. It's like, ugh, okay. I don't know what's happened to her hands. We're gonna give her some claws, I think, in a minute. And soon we're gonna turn off symmetry, but it's just easier to start with right now. The advantage of symmetry too is, of course, it makes it easier on modelers because you can do that. And we got all these extra weird bump things. We're not going to worry about them because this is just a sketch, so it's not the end of the world. But there's crap floating around out here. It's not going to be red particularly well, so it's cool. All right, so let's give her now some kind of a hand thing. If only you could hear the peanut gallery right now. She's offering to speak up, but you know, this is what happens when you work on your girlfriend's day off. You get to have the peanut gallery, which is awesome. I'm glad it's your day off. All right, man, I don't know what she is, but that's kind of creepy and cool looking. All right, so now let's turn off mirror, go back to our inflate tool, and we're going to now start desymmetrifying her. Which was incidentally why I didn't go messing with her breast area when I was on symmetry. It's like it tends to look pretty at that point still. Like it tends to look intentional, and I want her to look like a mutant. And this is what I would call our second stage of distorted. So she's still going to feel pretty human, just messed up. We're not really going out of our way to mess with her too much yet. I kind of like this back thing. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of cool. Let's just clay it and sphere and continuous and kind of connect it a little bit more. So, yeah, no, maybe not that. It's just so it feels connected. Cool. And then a couple things like that. I don't know why, but I like having like those negative areas of doing things like that. So, but clearly not symmetrical in any way. Oh no, I've left her crotch area. Oh, there we go. The funny thing is we get so used to this dimorphism that it actually can be hard to not do it. It's something you have to really force yourself to think about, is like, or at least as a guy. Maybe women don't. But as a guy, it's like, oh wait, she's supposed to look pretty. No, she's not supposed to look pretty. She's supposed to be disgusting looking. Okay. And we're going to say that she is disgusting looking. We didn't mess with her head. Do we want to, like, give her something? Let's just blow up that. Alright, now she's whack looking. So, quick save. And export. That's number 2. Let's go to number 3. Okay, and play. She's gone. And yeah. And mirror again. Ooh. I think I'm going to mess with her enough that it's probably not going to matter, but let's just try to get it as accurate as possible. I really wish there was a way to snap the origin. Whew. Actually, you know what? We're going to start with that. That's kind of neat looking. So, wasn't what I was thinking, but hey. Move tool? Yeah. So, yesterday we did our, like, Naga person. Today, maybe we'll do the same. Let's see. I don't know. No, I'm not doing that yet. The Kali, of course, syndrome is a time-honored thing, again, for female characters, so I don't want to push it too much that way. I don't know why she has, well, I know why she has 4 boobs, because it's modeled that way, but I don't know if I'm going to leave her with 4 boobs. And bring that space together. We'll go with the Naga thing again, maybe, but we'll make it a little different this time, I think. Ooh, yeah. That looks cool, because we can take that, inflate. Cut it. Move. Gonna raise this higher. She's got some kind of a tail thing going on. Oh, we have symmetry still turned on, which is why it's getting a bit weird, but cool, we're going to turn it off in a minute. Now, what if... She kind of walks with those two. And take to 100. I don't want it to be straight, so I don't want it to be 100. Just nearly. Doing it a couple times. she's gonna be whacked out. Down here now. Oh, different tool. Wait. Take it to inflate. And actually, not inflate, play. So let's see what happens when we do this. This could be neat. Shrink it down. Rotate it over. Turn on steady stroke up a little bit. Not too big. No, not quite. Not for me. Steady stroke is too high. Let's see what happens without it. Steady stroke is one of those ones I'm still working out how do I want to use it right. Yeah, so she's got these like crab feet kind of thing going on now. Ha ha ha. Yes. And I think it's time to turn off symmetry because she just looks elegant, and symmetry gives us that elegance that we do not want. So it's creating some weird textural shapes in there. And that's the coolest thing about this tool for me is these, like I'm using a fur tail thing, I guess, as a brush, but I think that's kind of what it looks like on its own. But just makes it interesting. It's like custom brushes in Photoshop. Now, let's go back to the inflate tool. So she's a very different form than we've had before. Still female, but I don't think I've gone out of my way to make her prettier looking. I hope not. Maybe clay. Back to the sphere. Shrink her down. Things like she's got some weird flaps of skin kind of connecting things. Yeah, and that weird double chin thing's kind of strange. To our inflate tool. Cut something in, and then maybe we're gonna coming to the end of this one soon. You can keep playing with it forever, which is fun. But let's see what happens if we go to single. Dude. Yeah, she's a mutant. We're definitely taking her to another level. Whether it's where we want to go or not, who cares? It really doesn't matter because It's all about trying things, getting a shape we haven't seen before. The form. Yes, I'm using a hand as a brush. But it's cool. Oh, that's not cool though. Or I think it's cool. Alright, yes. She's a mutant. I've definitely gone a different way with her. Okay. Save it. Export it. Erase it. Okay. Start over on it. There. Full size. Still not lined up right. No, more time. All right, fine, good enough. Because we're gonna mess with this one, so it's okay. So first I'm gonna do. Let's see. So we did our floating blob yesterday. We don't necessarily want to do the same kind of thing again. Trying to come up with a new design. But we are going to get rid of her legs, at least that far. And single. Let's see what we can put in place. Anything cool? I don't like those, whatever ice cream cone looking thing that is just not right for me yet. Horn. That's better. It's a little too boot-like still, but carve it and move it. Okay. Right. That's kind of interesting. And like I said, we'll have to mess it up a little bit so that it looks a little less boot-like. But let's, I'm also just gonna play. Pop off that head. And human anatomy. We'll grab another woman's head. Turn off mirroring so I can kind of place just one. Single. Get that together. Right, okay. So now, what's we gonna do? Move tool again. Let's go take our inner radius down. And we're gonna start adjusting things. Like they were kind of symmetrical, but we're not gonna spend a lot of time worrying about it. And again, trying not to make it look pretty is kind of our goal. Clay. Go back to custom bones. These are bones that I made from other models I found other places. I don't know why that one wants to tell me it's way over there, but probably I did something weird with the I'll have to figure it later. But okay, she's got some kind of a growth coming out of her back, and then let's see, he's got a rib cage. We want to just like her bones are kind of sticking out from underneath. That's kind of creepy and cool. I like it. Let's go to our inflate tool. Carve in some. Out some. Combine those things a little bit so it feels a little bit more intentional. Let's have some of these things ridge up a lot. Really, things I was thinking about is like crustaceans and how like they kind of have all these like random nods leaves off sometimes that are not, they don't seem to make any sense, but oh, looks like a spider on her back. That's cool. Play. Let's go back to Scouts things again. Like I said, Scout made these and they're awesome. I really like them. Like ridgy plates. Those hands are not, those arms are not right for me yet. And that's not right for me yet. Probably not high enough res to get the really sticky bits on that, but okay. What can we do with those arms? Something like that. Like that. They feel like hands still. This poor woman has had a bad day. Crests. Crests are cool. Okay. Let's go to inflate tool. Cool. I'll call that one done. That was 3 or 4. Let's see. That was 4, I think. I don't know. See, it'll tell me what file name it is. Save as. Clear. F4. That was 3, because, okay. Now, did I export it though? I don't think I did. Let's see. Let's go load, double check. Library. Yeah, okay. So F3, load it, export it. Cool. F4, load it, just so we have it. Because now we're gonna paint, play. That big. Nuke her out. Custom one. Full size. Mirroring on. Ooh. Single. That was reasonably good. Okay. Let's go to the move tool. We're going to start by just warping what she's doing. Oh, yeah. I do like tentacle arms. I don't know why. Arms. Yes, every time I do that, there's peanut gallery. Let's shrink that down and go back to continuous. That. Oh, let's see. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. She's going to be a bit of a bigger one, so I'll start adjusting the human forms. So yes, she started out as human, but now that spike. This is what's super cool about VR and 3D in general, really, is that you can just very quickly create something and then just distort the heck out of it. Not sure what to do with the head yet. But let's turn off mirroring at this point. Go back to clay. And I'm going to grab that. Some kind of a like very well, all right. You would never be called human again. But I kind of dig it. I was beautiful once, like a spring flower. Now look at me, look at me. Really like that leg section like that. The way it kind of goes that. That's cool to me. Okay. Let's use the move tool. And just stretch that a bit. Pull it apart. Cool. And then let's see what happens if we... No, we'll just leave him with that head. All right. That was a quick one, but it kind of came together nicely. So we'll call that one 4 and saved. Export. And then save as. Up to 5. And clay. We'll just use the skull to get rid of him. Okay. And person. Full size. And again, we'll turn mirroring on. And do we want to leave her as double? Sure, we're going to leave her as double for right now, just because we're going to try to do another warp pretty bad. So next, let's see. I want to kind of do something bizarre with this one again. I liked this. I was playing with this deer skull yesterday. And I don't know what we're going to do with it. But I feel like something can be done with it. So let's see. It's like an angel. She's like an angel. Oh, okay. Like I love the way these things interact like this. Again, cool thing about 3D, you would never draw that probably. But it just makes for neat shapes. Ooh, and now it's sticking through, and that's kind of cool too. So she's got some kind of like back thing going on there. Yeah. Every time I make the long-suffering noise, I just think it's my girlfriend, and then I remember that she has to put up with my puns all the time. So like, and my dad jokes. So things are fair. Don't let me think otherwise. So we're giving her like really long legs. I don't know why. And big feet. You know what they say about mutants with big feet? They have a hard time at shoe stores. Yeah. There we go. Let's see if we can fill that with the smooth tool. Set the smooth tool to fill. Maybe I'm cool with it having a hole though. Let's go to the cut tool. I do like the cut tool. And all right. So now it's time to start integrating some things together and maybe adding some more parts. Play. And try that. Let's see. Like, this is, as you can tell, seriously junk models. Like, this does not work for anything production. But to slap clay in there, it's not bad. And that's really what we're doing here, is just slapping clay in. I don't know. I'm just gonna go out. Right. All right, to turn off symmetry. And it's like pushing and pulling. So we remove some, we add some. Then again, I want to just like move that. Maybe we can give it clay and go back to custom. And ooh, that could be cool. All right, it does weird things when you use it as continuous instead of, but yeah, that was a cat head, I think, of some kind, but you wouldn't know it now, so it doesn't matter. Okay, and then move. Make it come like a hand shape kind of thing. And then, actually, maybe we'll give it like a thumb form of some kind. So, yeah, feels like a hand. That space feels a little weird. Let's fill that in. Using that skull, actually. It's kind of strange. I don't know. Well, we're going to call it. We'll hand it off to our director. We'll see how they feel about it. Save it. And export it. And then save as. And this one is Mutant F5, F6. Let's see, was 5 already done? Yep. Last one, 6. So we're on our final one. Now, what do we want to do? We could start completely over again. That's just because that's what we've been doing. Let's start completely over again. Get rid of her. Grab the model back. At this one, we are not going to do symmetry. Just to be different. So we have our female model and the move tool. No. I should have done this symmetry, but she doesn't have to look pretty, and she doesn't really have to work because it's Chaos Mutants. So, like, if it's just bizarre, it's bizarre. Obviously, if we were making production models, we'd want to spend more time with these. This is just to get an idea. News, but I felt like I had been doing too much, like a lot of skinny lower body, heavier upper body. So I'm going to try and reverse that. Now, make some kind of a, like a, that's probably just going to add to that. Inflate. And move. And I'm going to take, let's see what we can get. If we just take the head. And we move it down. All right then. Going kind of weird. So nothing symmetrical with this one. At least not directly. We still want to feel kind of, I don't know, I guess it doesn't need to feel balanced, but I kind of want to feel a little balanced. So, like, she has been warped in crazy ways, but it's like her body reacting in different, like, different parts of your body got hit with different levels of whatever it was doing to make something like that. And it's continuous. I'm going to give steady stroke a little bit. One. Two. It's kind of cool. Shrink it down. Okay. Then one. We got two. Now let's go back, find another one. Just kind of switching up the strokes at the time. Let's go single on this one. Maybe not. Let's see. It was supposed to be an ear, but that's kind of neat. It's not an ear anymore. And with a lobster claw, maybe we'll actually break down and give something can kind of recognize as a shape. Which is kind of something I've been resisting for a while, but that's kind of cool. Yeah, again, kind of a Slanesh vibe from the old Warhammer days, if you're at all into that sort of thing. Tail. Now, do we increase the head out, or do we leave it stuck in like that? That's the question now, and I don't really know the answer yet. I think if we increase the head out, it's going to get kind of skexy looking, particularly with that head. I like skexy looking though, so let's see. Where's the top? Okay, it's like that. Smells like Gelfling. Arm too skinny to be skexy, but you know, smells like Gelfling. Little bump there. Little bump there. Dude. Alright. That's some creepy looking shit right there. Yeah. Yes, she said something else. Some bone protrusions. And we're at the side here as well. There. Yeah, and this is what happens when you play, like, what is that? That game where you fold things in thirds and you give it to different people. Like, you just can't. Beautiful. Exquisite Corpse. I feel like this character is a bit of an exquisite corpse. It's kind of been. It's like multiple creators kind of was like, what would be neat? And that's what they did. But that's kind of the whole vibe to this project with these kind of mutants is like, you know, the hell. Can you imagine waking up one day and like a storm hit and suddenly you look like this? That would not be a happy day. Some web feet. Ah! Big... There you go. Now I think we need some kind of like a neck piece. Which we want something kind of skinny like this. And let's see if we take, whoa, getting big. You guys are really missing the best part of this morning for me. Which is awesome because it gets to be my morning, you know. So these legs are still a little flat for how we've been doing, so let's give our traditional wormholes. Let's increase the visual noise, basically. And does it smell like Gelfling? Cool. Smells like gelfling to me. Let's see, can we shrink that down? It's still got doesn't want to go the whole at that size. That's alright, we don't need to give her ears. And let's see. More of a beak. Down. Cool. I'm horrified. So let's save it and export it. And just like yesterday, I will take these and put them into a lineup. And then I'll probably pick one or two of my faves and make them a little bigger and maybe show a little bit more of the detail on them, such as it is. But you can see they're very sketchy. This is just designed to come up with some ideas. But now we can show the director and we can do a complete turnaround. So he can be like, oh, I like that, but yeah, not that. Let's go with the other guy's legs with those cool plates. And yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you want to watch it again later, it should be up on YouTube this afternoon. And I'm going to post the finals up on my Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So great. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.